All right. What's up? Oh, I can't say what's up Wednesday because it ain't what's up Wednesday. It's Monday night mic'd up. All we doing, we done flipped the script a little bit tonight, fellas. What's going on? Here we on Monday night mic'd up.
Yo, yo.
Yo. And here we are, man. We are coming to you in a different aspect of the game. We coming straight with a post-game Dallas Philly recap. That's what it is. Give it up. Yeah. So yeah, everybody
get that breath, man.
Say that again.
Gotta get that breath, man.
Yeah, man. I know Wednesdays is a little long, so we're gonna start using Monday nights to do the post game. Then we'll come back on Wednesday night and we'll do the pre-game. We'll do to make that the pre-game for the upcoming game, because Wednesday is a long time. Hey,
there's the man.
There he is. I caught him in action.
What's going on, fellas?
Oh man, we just now getting started, man. You know, I just let everybody know we kind of flipped the script on everybody. Wednesday's too long to do a post game, so we got to let them know what's on our mind.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk shit on Monday, not Wednesday.
While it's fresh. While those biscuits are steaming.
Well, let's get right into this, man. So let me get this formal introduction and what we got going on right now. And then there was 4. Right below me is our guy, 21 Armando 21. He's in the house. Give it up. And right next to him, straight out of the AZ, our guy, Mikey Mic'd Up, is in the house. Yeah, and right above him is Dallas Cowboy Chris, a.k.a. the big fella. Give it up. Yeah, here we are, man. We are in the house, man. And on this Monday night, like I say, we could not wait till Wednesday. So we're going to give you the post game tonight and the pre-game of the upcoming game on Wednesday. How about that? So what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing? Everybody okay? Everybody, what's going on?
I feel like we're in mourning right now, man.
I'm very. I don't feel that at all, Mondo. At all. Nobody died. Died.
It just seems kind of like, you know what? I know it was. I don't want to take this as a moral victory. It is what it is. We took that L, but we're used to that victory Monday, man. We're used to that. So it's different. It's different for us.
It's different in the sense that, excuse me, my mic's funny. In the sense that we lost that game. Philly didn't win that shit. Philly got the win, but I feel like we lost that game more than anything.
Yeah.
What do you think about it, big fella? Because I know we're beating around the bush and we're going to get to the raw, but bring us home.
Well, how I feel today is like when you was in school and you had those assignments due and that teacher give you that I. It was incomplete.
Damn, Damn. You was getting eyes, bro.
Hey, when you had to do the work and you didn't finish the damn work, and then you were so surprised when you got that progress report that you had to go home and get signed by your mom or your pops. You knew your ass was grass. So that's how I feel today. It was just an incomplete feeling, because I personally thought that it was going to be a close game. I just thought that the Cowboys was going to be able to pull it off. But like I said, we're going to get into it. But that's how I feel. I feel incomplete today.
Yeah, see, that's what it is. That's it's more of a sense of just it's different. It's a different day. I know we lost, but it's incomplete, I guess.
For the lack of a better word, do you feel like it's blue balls to a win? Considering how far we were, 46 seconds, and we had to go 86 yards, and then we got those 60 yards through penalties, and then we netted 13 yards, and we got to the 6-yard line with how many seconds left? What was it, 26 seconds left? And it looked like it was unattainable, and we almost had it, but we didn't have it, and we didn't finish. And I think that is the most empty, dissatisfied, ungratifying, empty. I can't say this. Like you're drinking O'Doul's We drank Old Duels. We just didn't get drunk, and we didn't placebo that shit. And that's where it feels like we were there, and we had every opportunity, and the oblong ball didn't bounce our way. Yes, the penalties. Yeah, there's a lot that we could go over, and I am sure we're going to go over in a more structured manner. But I understand this feeling. I don't know, mourning or devastated. It's more like a W
It's a
of blue balls.
disappointment. It's a disappointment to me. I'm very, 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 very disappointed because I just knew that we had our stuff together, man, to pull this game off. And we could say it was a good game. It was a good game. But at the same time, that opportunity, I was waiting for Dak to say, okay, this is what I'm getting ready to show everybody in TV land of the guy that I am. I'm finna make this happen, get this monkey off my back, and prove these folks who I am. And I'm sitting here waiting, like, come on, Dak, here you go. Come on, make this happen. And I'm not saying that it's his fault. It's just the whole management of the offense during this time of this most important time of the game. And we were penalized, we were sacked, we was delayed, and we got pushed back.
Hey, things like that penalty, that false start on Smith, it was like a phantom false start. Because if you look at it, it's the same shit Lane Johnson does. Same shit. He didn't even rock back. He didn't flinch. It was subtle, and then it was ticky tack. And don't get me started on Terrence Steele. Don't get me started.
That's a whole other topic in it. That's a whole other topic right there.
And he ain't the sole culprit, but he has a lot of shit on his face. Like,
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. There was a statement that was just up a few seconds ago, said, aren't you guys tired of losing the games that we should win? I didn't know we was going to win. I mean, this is a divisional game. I can't say, am I tired? I mean, again, like I said, it was a disappointment. I don't know. What do you think, Armando?
Yeah, and I think Felicia is kind of alluding to what we talk about. It's just that incomplete feeling, because like Mikey said, we had it in that game, and we were left incomplete. We saw the drive, we saw it go down, and I think half of us in this, most of us probably in this room will say that they got up and they knew it was about to go down at the 6-yard line, and then we saw what transpired after that, and it was just like we were just left like, and that's how it went down, and I guess that's what kind of Felicia, I feel like she means by the comments, like we were, these games that we're supposed to win because we know it's right there, and we don't.
Yeah. Big fella. I mean, it looks like again the red zone woes are constantly attacking us. So, do you think a Derrick Henry would have made a difference if we would have made that move?
Man, it was funny. One of the play calls I saw when the penalty happened, they was running that quarterback keeper, the drop back draw, and they blew the whistle on it, and it was open. Then the next play, when you get pushed back, it's demoralizing, man, when you get penalties inside the red zone. I thought that the Cowboys had fixed their red zone issues and being more creative and everything like that, but it just came back to bite us. To me, Dak's performance in the red zone was just fine. I think our execution was terrible. I think some of the play calling was terrible. I'm not gonna lay everything on Dak or Mike McCarthy. I think it's just more of the execution of the Cowboys in the red zone was just it wasn't good. I think sometimes, I've said this many times on this show, other shows, sometimes we can get too cute in the red zone. And to answer your question, G, if we had a power back, we do, but we preaching to the choir at this point, because they're not listening. If we had something with a little structure, like if we were inside that 6 or 5 and we had number 21 back there or any power back, at least once or twice it was going to go to him to just put a little more pressure on it. And then that way to play action off of that, they could have scored, but when you have no threat of running the ball, you're always in shotgun inside the 5. They know what you're gonna do, man, and that's the frustrating part, because there's no creativity inside the 5-yard, the 10-yard line, and it's frustrating. The one touchdown we scored to not Gallup, what's the kid? Tolbert. It was a scramble. If he wasn't running for his life, I don't think we would have completed that one. I mean, it was a scramble. He broke off the route and then he became wide open, and we've been preaching about Dak getting out the pocket more, because it seemed like his field of vision opened up more when he gets out the pocket. But yeah, to answer your question, G, I think it's more the lack of creativity inside the red zone.
Okay, can you ask the question again, Gene? Sorry, I had a.
Well, I was just thinking, because I said the red zone woes are continue to attack us, and I was asking, do you think Derrick Henry would have made a difference in this type of situation?
So for all you Zeke proponents to get him out of here, and you guys saying that Tony Pollard was going to be the guy and he's the number one, well, you got it. And this is what it is. Tony Pollard is not a number one back. I like Rico. I don't know why we don't give Rico more the ball, but yes, a Derrick Henry, a stable, a stallion running back is the missing piece of what we needed. That's why beating the LA Rams the way, in the fashion that we did, kind of blinded us from what we really needed. We can have that, but in a game like this, especially in the winter, we need to pound the rock, control the. You know what the difference was in this game, and it hits you because you're saying it exactly what I was thinking. You know how Steve Stifler, the caller, what's his name? The announcer for Fox.
Greg Oden.
I know you're talking about
Greg Olsen, Steve Stifler.
Yeah, Greg.
So he was talking about us. Oh, I don't know why they having more urgency and they're running out the clock like they're gonna have the last possession, and it did bite us in our ass.
It did. It really did. I don't know why we took our time,
but we had the players. We had the scheme, and we were driving. We were just trying to
milk the clock. Yeah, we was milking
and then
the
have
clock.
the last possession win the game. Yes.
Yeah.
But you know who, and I know we can't do this, but in Cowboys history, do you remember what Marion Barber was at the end of a game? And that's exactly what we needed yesterday. And he was successful at the time that Mariano Rivera was successful with the Yankees, where if it was a fourth quarter and maybe we had a lead or we were going to score, and that's why Tony Romo had so many comebacks, because they would just hand the ball to Marion the Barbarian. And that's what we needed yesterday, to kill the clock, to matriculate down the field, and then to score. But we didn't have that, because that's the element of the game that we don't have and we can't depend on. Don't get me wrong, he had his plays and he burst, but Dak Prescott can't do it by himself. He can, and we're a better run blocking team than we are a pass blocking team, and those are facts. Yeah. And somebody like Marion Barber, maybe Derrick Henry was the closest thing to that, would have been ideal for yesterday to close out and do that 4-minute drill to win this damn game, because it was on the silver platter and we fucked that up.
And that's so true. And I said the game would have been over with, but for whatever reason, that's not that wasn't what they was thinking. So it's been reported that it's been told that we needed to make one more play. Mike McCarthy reflects on loss to Eagles. He says it's been told that Dallas Cowboys suffered a devastating loss to the Eagles, in which they came up just short in the final moments of the game. The story of the matchup was a game of inches, as the Cowboys had several missed opportunities or plays called back that ultimately changed the outcome of the game. So this is what Mike had to say. He said, stating the obvious, it's a game of inches, and we came up short, too short on a couple of plays, McCarthy says. But I love the way our team plays. I love our play style. Give the Eagles credit. It's a great home environment here. Love to come here and complete. We knew this was the kind of game it was going to be, and like I said, we came up short. So, Mondo, what do you think about that statement?
I mean, Big Mike made it seem like, it was all good, and everything was good, and there was no issues that needed to be fixed. But these penalties were killing us. There's that should have been addressed. Obviously I don't know. I don't like that he came out here and was too happy about it.
Yeah.
It was like, I like playing in this place.
Oh my gosh. Slap somebody.
Right? It's like, you got to come out here and be that we need that aggressor, that guy's going to be like, look, I'm going to get after these boys. We failed y'all on the penalties, something to that extent. But just when you come out here and, oh, well, we had a good time. I love this.
Oh my gosh.
It's come on.
Hey, I agree with you, man. That just irked the hell out of me. Big fella, I mean, what do you think about this comment that we just threw out there, man?
Well, I see this comment rubbed you the wrong way. It's just the inflection in your voice is telling everything that you can stand the comment that Mike McCarthy made. But you got to realize something. The Bobby Knight era, the Vince Lombardi era, all the old school coaches were the fire and brimstone, knock your ass out, cuss your ass out if you didn't do what you're supposed to. That time is over.
Even Jimmy.
It's just even Jimmy. So it's just the way coaches conduct themselves now, because it's always that you got to talk to people a different kind of way. You don't want to offend anybody, and you got to be positive all the damn time. But gee, I'm with you. Fuck that. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's just, hey man, I don't give a damn, man. When we got a division opponent, you got to have that killer mentality and the head coach alone to the lowest trainer on the team. Everybody got to have that mentality.
Yeah.
It just seems like, he's just trying to put a positive spin on the loss and everything like that. And right now, Cowboy fans don't want to hear that positive spin. We want him to be pissed off like we are. That's what we want.
Well, I'm necessarily not in that either, though, boss, because we were a play away. We were a bad call away. We were a size 15 shoe or size 14 shoe away being in this game. These calls were ridiculous. And then another thing, now we're talking about coaches. I don't think I've ever hated an NFC East coach. I think I hated George Seifert just because he looked like a freaking like a villain in a movie, but I can't stand Nick Sirianni, his stupid face, his stupid look, and his stupid demeanor. And sorry for digressing because we're talking about that shit. But as far as our coach goes, he was right on, dude. We had 3 forced fumbles that bounced. Dude, Michael was right there. They fumbled going into a touchdown, and they still received the ball. We stepped out of bounds. There was the uncovered lineman when what was it? Chimi Udoga didn't announce himself as an ineligible receiver, and then he covers up the end, and he's on the line, and then they take that easy touchdown away. These are stupid ass things. These are just one play away, right? And that is a lot to do with him too. Don't get it twisted. But a lot of it, like you said on your thing, had to do with luck. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good.
Well, Mikey, I see what you're saying, because what Mike McCarthy said, that is not what I wanted to hear. I'm from the days of Hard Knock, man, when the Thomas Hendersons and the uh, Ed Too Tall Jones or Harvey Martins, and you had the Cliff Harris and Charlie Waters. When they bang your ass, they bang you. They play straight up hard nosed football. When Eddie, what was his name? Was the coach that hated the Cowboys? Oh, it was a big rival between Washington and Dallas. I can't think.
Joe Gibbs.
No. Before him, Eddie. Anyway, he hated the Cowboys so much.
There was a coach before Joe Gibbs.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
His name. Oh, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah. Oh man, he hated the Cowboys so much because that was the rival. But to hear Mark McCarthy say, "Oh, I love to be here," you know. That's not.
He is from Pennsylvania too. He is from Pennsylvania, so.
But guys, he was. Dude, this game was a treat, regardless if we lost. Like I was dejected, but there was a sense of satisfaction. I'm not saying moral victories. I don't know where
you get that from. But what was you satisfied about, Mikey?
Dude, because we have a quarterback. We have a quarterback. We have a quarterback.
No good. Washington threw for 400. Washington threw for 400 yards last week. What did they come up with? An L or a W? I don't give a damn about 374 yards. I don't give a damn about 400 yards. If you're gonna bring home an L, it don't do me any good. We're 5-3 now. There's no satisfaction.
What does our schedule line up to? That's something as a coach he has to do. He has to go forward. And like you said,
schedule, and I'm not looking forward to see. Well, guess what?
Eagles, we got a broken ass Giants team coming next. We got a Panthers with a midget at quarterback, and then we got the Commanders on Thanksgiving.
Man, the hell, I'm not dependent on the Eagles to lose in order to
I'm talking about our schedule.
Ahead.
I'm talking about our schedule.
Our schedule is not really that easy. Our schedule is really not that easy. We still have Buffalo. We still have Miami.
That's in December. We're going to see Philly. Then we're going to see them. We're going to see Philly at our house. What's our winning streak right now? Nobody's beat us there. That has actually become a home field. That has, when it wasn't anymore. When Jerry World was open, when everybody was selling their tickets to everybody else, that wasn't a home field. Now that's actually a home field. This season isn't over. Jalen Hurts is hurt. And you know what? And you guys not gonna like this. Hey, Jalen Hurts actually earned my respect last night. It was a treat of a game.
You're damn right. Yeah, for sure. I gotta give it to him.
We lost and it sucks, but that was a treat. That was beautiful NFC East football. It was better than a damn movie you could pay. It was better than an Oscar-winning goddamn movie. That was a fucking badass game.
But you know what? And let me say this here. This is the thing about why the Eagles always win. And you mentioned something, Mike.
Win. This is the first time. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, boss. Sorry.
Mikey, they're 8-1. They got the best record in the league. I mean, what are you talking about? They always, always win. So what I'm saying is, Mikey,
to beat them. We were shitty calls away from beating them.
What can we do about it? Do we want to protest that game? Do we want to forfeit? There's nothing we can do about the bad calls. There's nothing we can do about the bad calls. Everybody's like, the ref cheated. So what? You know what? I coached Pee Wee football. And it was a place that we used to go all the time. And we used to get, I know that. We used to get home cooked every week. But you know what I told my coaches? When we go to this field, we got to put up 3 touchdowns off the bat.
I know that.
And depend on the rest. That's why I told you.
That's real.
When they went 2 touchdowns.
Blah, blah, color. I ain't saying nothing, but that has a lot to do with that.
Well, I didn't go there, but that's what I said. But again, that's what I said. The home cooking came, so we had to score 3 because we knew 2 touchdowns was going to get called back. So again, I cannot continue to harp on the calls. They're the calls, and yeah, we didn't get any calls. Really and truly, be honest with it, when Tank Lawrence went for that guy's leg, that should have been a penalty. He could have took Hurts out, but it didn't happen. But
what
again,
about
what I'm saying
fans to the face that they took back and they didn't happen? Micah is still getting held right now.
But let me say this.
That dude was all over Schoonmaker. Freaking Blankenship was basically on top of him, doggy styling him before he even fucking made the catch. It was even better if Schoonmaker or Schoonmaker didn't make the catch because they saw they took away from the pass interference. So I hope, dude, in my head, he shouldn't have caught it because if he shouldn't have caught it, the ref would have saw. Well, damn, he was all over him, draped him like a Jeep suit.
Yeah, and that's just the way the game was called, man. But like I say, and true that I agree with you, Mike. There's bad call, but the reason the point I was trying to make, the reason these guys are 8-1 like they are is because of Sirianni. To believe it or not, it's because of the dog that the man has in himself, and he holds his players accountable. And you can see it from the sideline. He don't take no mess. You remember when the first time he came in and he challenged us at the press conference. He said we will win that game, which he lost. But I like the attitude that he brings to his team, and these guys have bought into the way he coaches this game.
No,
that's the only thing I'm saying.
Bunk that. No, I don't think it's. I think it's him more badgering the refs and manipulating the refs, being in the refs' ear more. Dude, that's Belichick did it.
That's what years. Works. It works.
It works.
Yeah, that's right. It works.
That's what I'm saying, and I think that's what G's talking about. You see Sirianni out there yelling, screaming, talking shit, and maybe Mike needs to get out there and hey, maybe he needs to hound these refs because man, I swear, yesterday. But again, like G said, we can't lay it on the refs. We can't expect. These calls. We saw how the calls were going.
We saw it.
I thought I was watching the Raider game all over again. So we should have been up, and not have to worry about these fucking calls, man. But it is what it is.
And that's what scared me most, though, Mikey. That's what scared me most because when we got that possession, and we did when I think it was 17-14, and they went up 2 touchdowns on it. That's when I say, man, we do not need to play like this.
As a whole third quarter,
you can't play the team and you can't play the ref. I knew it was going to be challenged because he was already giving us bad calls, and now they 2 touchdowns up. That's why I said what did I said in the thread. I was like, oh man, it's a wrap. And even though we did still have that chance, even though we still had that chance, but again, it was a uphill climb for us. And it made it that much complicated for it. But at the end of the day, we still had our opportunity. So again, with what Mike McCarthy said, all this walk through the park is a great environment to be up there. And we knew, it just, that's not what I want to hear. And we haven't been that dog team that we've always been since Jimmy Johnson and Tom Landry. We just haven't. We have not. Because what I see, the penalties that we're having, is because no one is being held accountable. Jimmy Johnson's not going to play that. You keep messing up, give me the next man. You agree, big fella? We've seen that.
I do agree. And I just wanted to go back to the conversation you guys were having about the penalties and everything. The reason I'm not upset about the penalties is because I feel like we're crying over spilled milk because we had every opportunity. I mean, every freaking opportunity to win the game, and it was all self-inflicted wounds to ourselves. So us crying or bitching about refereeing, I mean, that's every game. That's every game. It's nothing we can do. It's not specifically the Philly game or any game. It's every game. We feel that we got jobbed on things. I mean, but there's nothing you can do. Like Gary said, I mean, we can't protest the damn game. We're not going to contact the UIL and write a strongly worded letter about, the NFL jobbing us. I mean, it's not going to happen. Basically, it's just something that you got to overcome, like Gary said, and I think the Cowboys had every opportunity to overcome. And, when I said, inches, and I think really, and this is how I truly, I think it was just bad luck. I mean, if everything was falling the Cowboys' way, the Cowboys win that game by 2 touchdowns, okay? But they didn't. It did not. So if it didn't fall their way and we barely lost, okay, because I didn't think no way in hell when it's 48 seconds we down on the 10-yard line, we was going to get to our own 5. I had no idea. I was just like, okay, and it was my fault. Because when we got down to the 5, I stood up and stood right in front of the damn TV and said, we've been to win this effing game.
All did, bro.
I jinxed my own team.
I did the same shit, big fella.
I should have got up, right?
Your hat sideways.
Dude, I got up. I was so excited, ready to rub this shit in their face. Okay. I was so excited. I couldn't contain myself. I stood in front of the TV, false start, sack, incompletion.
Delayed game.
And the late game over on the 2. I was fucking pissed.
Dude,
it was my fault. I said it's my fault because I never move, okay? Because we got our own kind of jinxes and everything like that. I always stay in the same place. I do the same thing every fucking game. And when I got down to the 5, I fucking got up. I'm talking shit to myself because I'm in an apartment with my wife. And I was like, okay, we about to whoop their ass. I can't wait. And then that happened.
Dude, you know what? That gives us a glimpse on how all our lives are parallels. Because I'm pretty sure you were on the couch with T. Mondo was on the couch with Maxine, and they were on the couch, drinking whatever, and they're sick to their stomach. We're over there pacing back and forth, going inside of the house, going outside of the house. Every time something good happened, we didn't move. Or my hat came off, so I kept my hat off. When I put my hat on, I keep my fucking hat on. I do my jersey, I would just fucking, like, if we were apart, we could do this, and we were all in the same parallel. Dude, who would have thought? We did 86 yards, and we got to the 6-yard line, and that is I think that is the most shameful thing, that this was back, and it could have, and that sickens us. I think it's a sickness to our stomach because that's so impossible, so improbable. Like, is this shit really happening? We fucking win,
man.
We found a way to fuck it up.
Well, when you see, like, on New Year's Eve, you see the fucking countdown clock, the ball is coming down. You're like, oh, it's about to be New Year. We about to whoop this ass, and the fucking ball stopped. He's like, what the? You what the fuck?
Yeah,
that's how I felt.
You couldn't write it. You couldn't script.
No, you couldn't. You couldn't script. And then we had help from the ref to get us down there with the calls. So it's like,
well, no, it was pass interference, G. I mean,
no. I mean, and and that's what I mean. They made the call that helped us get down the field, which was a great thing to happen. And then it's just like we just moved the ball.
Draylen Tolbert, like, dude, like, we got a gunslinger, but he ain't getting any help. And that's the thing. He's not getting help by a running game. Or we were talking about run the ball. Where the fuck was the running game? We need Rico to start.
Well, G, I got a question for you, G. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we've been talking about this the last couple of weeks about Mike McCarthy unleashing the reins on Dak Prescott. And you can tell in the last couple games he has. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think, Gary, that we're gonna need more? I mean, because if you look at Dak stat lines, he threw for almost 400 yards. CD had damn near 200 yards. He had no turnovers. Okay. But what else? What is that missing piece? I know it's too late for us to go get it now. I mean, what do you think is that missing piece?
It's the running game. Simple as that. Is your running game sets up your passing game. So now, if guys look back at where we are now, we are exactly the same team we were last year. We're throwing the ball 40 times.
No, at least last year when we got in the red zone, we gave it to our beast, and he was 12 for fucking 12.
And I say that to say this because Mike McCarthy wanted to change the dynamics of how we ran this offense. And here we are. We don't have a running back. So we're actually reverting back to the Kellen Moore 3 wide, 4 wide, 5 wide, throwing downfield and scrambling for your life. So where's the change? So my question is that to you, Chris, and I say the running game, but here's the deal. My question is, I don't even know. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. So it's the run.
Go.
I got it set up. I'm gonna wait to get there. But I would say, Chris, it's the running game. We are finding ourselves at a point to where there is no. But I'm going to ask this question, guys. Y'all can tell me. So when Mike McCarthy had mentioned he wanted to run the damn ball. Did that include Zeke and Tony Pollard because of the lack of use that Kellen Moore was using? And could it be the case that Jerry Jones stepped in and said, "Hey, Zeke, you might want to test the market"? Why would Mike McCarthy say that? And we don't have the weapons in the backfield to do this. So I mean, what do you think?
Can I go first on this? Can I go first, please? I think it was smoke and mirrors last year. Everybody focused on Zeke so hard that when Zeke on the field, it was 8-9 people in the box every freaking time. Okay, and we dogged out, including myself, dogged out the family wagon. Man, he lost his burst, he lost this, he lost that. And but you don't take account to the fronts he faces. And then when Tony Pollard get in the game, it's always on the third down where the field is more wide open and he get to do more explosive plays. Now, when Tony Pollard is the starting running back, he faces the same defenses that Ezekiel Elliott make, and he's basically doing the same thing. And now we're like, damn, we need something more explosive. Well, we need more creativity in the running game. And I don't want to bring up other teams, but other teams have more creative plays in the running game. You just can't line up and we going A gap or we going off tackle. We got to pull some people. We got athletic guards with Smith and Martin, man, that can get out and can move, and they can trap block. They can do everything creative to make the running game better. But if we're not doing that, we're going to have the same focus where we say our running back and our running game suck. I don't think it sucks. I think our play calling and creativity sucks because it was a couple of runs that Tony Pollard had that looked explosive. We're like, there's Tony Pollard. There's Tony Pollard. There he is. Yes, but when it's always 8-9 in the box, you're not going to get those explosive plays. That's why the Cowboys offensive coaching staff, including our head coach, has to be more creative to get Tony Pollard or the running game, whoever's in the freaking backfield, more creative and get downfield.
Yeah. And and what do you think, Mondo, when about that situation, about the running the damn ball?
I mean, Chris said it earlier at the beginning of the show, man. We're preaching to the choir. We have the personnel there. I'm gonna call him a one play Rico. Rico seems like he gets in there. Rico Dowdle seems like he gets in there for one good ass play, and then you don't see him the whole game. So it's just, I think it's the management and of that backfield, and like Chris says, the creativity. Where's the jet sweeps? Where's these? We keep trying to run this A gap, and we see what's happening. So it's just this coaching staff they need to get in their bag or something with this running game, because I feel like we have the personnel with Lukey and Dowdle and Pollard, but we're not using it right.
Yeah,
the Pomeranians on the milk carton.
I don't think we need to go out there.
In the milk carton with him. Like, why do we have 40 if we're not going to use him? He won't use him. Like, let's. We saw what he did at that last preseason.
He scored.
Something he
scored in the regular season too, didn't he? He scored in the regular season game, if I'm not mistaken.
It's frustrating, and you know what? We're shitting on the play calling and the result, but you got to give credit where credit is due. And Tyron Smith had himself a motherfucking game yesterday. Yeah. He shut down that whole side.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah. Did you hear Jalen Carter's name last night at all?
Not at all.
Not once. It's phenomenal. So you got to give credit where credit is due. So as good as the old man was, the young guy with the new contract shitting himself, and that's just disheartening. But as far as the running game goes, I want to see more Rico. I love how hard he runs. And if we're gonna use him and beat him down and let him be the workhorse, and then him be the Thunder and Pollard be the Lightning, then so be it. But we got to stick to something. Here we go.
So you're right about that.
Kind of give you a Marion Barber type vibes. I know it's the dreads, but the way he runs, he
runs hard.
Yeah, he does. He runs hard.
He's pulling these guys. He's making sure he has guys on his back, and it's just But we see him for that one big run, and actually got called back, didn't it?
Marshawn
Yeah.
Lynch is the only
Yeah,
guy
it was a
that's ever
hold. They
given
called it
me
a holding call.
Marshawn Lynch is the only guy that's ever given me Marion Barber vibes. So like that's the only thing comparable to that, and that was beast mode before beast mode.
Yeah.
Straight up, man. I miss Marion Barber. We needed the Mariano Rivera of the Dallas Cowboys because he used to close the game with that 4-minute drill, and that's exactly
Yeah.
what we needed yesterday.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy Johnson reacts to the loss at the Eagles. You know, he had something to say, and it says that Johnson scrutinized the Cowboys' effectiveness in the red zone and pointed towards 2 crucial plays that tilted the game in favor of the Eagles. He said for the viewers, it was a great ball game. Let me say that again. He said, for the viewer, it was a great ball game, Johnson said. But you look at the game of inches, if they execute the rub route just a little bit better, Luke Schoonmaker, make it into the end zone, or Dak doesn't step out of bounds, it's just a little bit more. They could have kicked a field goal.
Yes, sir.
Very end. So Jimmy wasn't too, like you said, for the viewers, a great game, but he saw some things to where, he's had to scrutinize the red zone issue. So what do you think, Mikey?
Well, and that's where Sirianni comes to play. That's where the head game of the 4th down going comes into play. This is where Sirianni gets us, and then we get out of our own plan instead of taking the points, because hindsight is 2022. So to think about it, well, we could have used those 3 points, and we didn't know we were going to have 14 first downs, 160 yards in the 4th quarter alone. We didn't know that. We thought that'd be our last there. Have some momentum. That environment was green. For a Cowboy game, that environment was green. That was a truly home field advantage, and I see why he went it. And in that Lukey play, if Ferguson flattens out, there's the pick. But if Dak sees the other side, Brandon Cooks was open on that slant, like wide open, because it's this exact same play both ways. It's that Clemson play where they beat Alabama, but at the same time, it's that Seahawks play that they lost to with the Patriots. So it's both ways. So I could see why Dak didn't look at that side, and it worked with Schoonmaker. But at the same time, I'm going back to this. Blankenship was on him like a cheap suit before the ball got there. It would have been better if Schoonmaker would have dropped that ball, because then why did he drop the ball? Because of the pass interference. But since he caught it, they focused on the catch and not the pass interference.
Yeah. Big fella. Jimmy Johnson scrutinized the red zone.
Yep. And we
just like we've been doing.
We did too. And I know what he was saying about the Islands. I mean, Fox had a win yesterday with the Cowboys and Eagles. They had a win, and the game actually lived up to the hype. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's what he was just basically referring to about the fans. I mean, because for one side of it, it wasn't a good game for us. It was a good game for the Eagles. You know, but it was just a win for Fox, because when you got America's team against the number 1 team in the NFC right now, and they going neck and neck in Philadelphia, of course it's good for the fans and the viewers. But the outcome, it should have been different. But hey, I guess that's why we got a sequel coming up in 3 weeks.
That's why optimism is high. Exactly. And dude, I hate that our schedule is a cupcake schedule coming up, but we got time to wreck this, to go for it.
Well, the end of the schedule is not a cupcake. I mean, these next 3 games may be easier than other games, but the end of the damn season for the Cowboys is a gauntlet.
I hate talking about these games that are coming up, because we talked about Arizona like this.
Yep.
We got Arizona. We start off looking, and look at what happened. So
so we don't know what
we said it 2 weeks ago. All these games matter. And we should
coming off this game. Do you feel better about our team out of this game than the 49er game?
No.
I
No.
feel dude,
I need to win,
they
bro.
put it
I need.
on, man.
You know what? I'm more disappointed with this game because we had the opportunity. We went down 4 times and came out we drove 4 times and came out with only 6 points.
I'm gonna start calling you Cowboy Corner up there, man.
I'm a little leery.
Sounded like Michael.
Huh?
This is Cowboy Corner all the way right now, man. Where is it? Like when you need him, like he could shine right now because
But
this is true. It did bite us in the ass.
I'm a little leery, man. I mean, what are we doing? When I say that, where was Brandon Cooks? This man got 10 seasons of 1,000 yards from the teams he's played for, and he had 1 for 7.
He got sacked 5 times.
Beg your pardon?
Our quarterback got 5 times, dog. Like dude, this man was doing it.
Bro, there's 4 quarters played in the game. I don't care. There's 4 quarters that played in the game. As a matter of fact, I got a video.
I got a video. You make a video to support your point.
I got a video.
You got it. You're just like making his notes, practicing the stuff you got. Come in my ass.
Where's my video? Wait, where is it? I got a video. Hold tight. Where is it?
About a week ago.
Hey, wait, here we go. Wait, here we go. Got a video.
Hey, before we go, though, I have a story for you guys today, though.
All right. So, with that being said, I got to take y'all here. I got to take you guys here, and I want y'all to see exactly what I'm talking about. But this is nothing to do with Dak. I mean, it does, but then again, it doesn't. Okay, come on, picture. I want you to. Oh, that's my ball. Okay, so let's check this out. Oh, I guess I better let y'all in on it, huh? Okay, let me let y'all in on. So watch this play here. Now, this is the rub rap we was talking about. So let's get a gander, and we'll see what Bollinger, what's his name? Bollinger, he was talking about. Here we go.
4th and goal at the 1, 28-17 game. Cowboys run this little switch route right here. It's supposed to be a pick. And Ferguson doesn't make Reed Blankenship bubble. And Dak goes to Schoonover. And as we know, Balding crossed the goal line. But on the other side, this is how you're supposed to run it. Watch CD run this. It's attention to detail. And watch Brandon Cooks pop open. Like that's how it's supposed to look.
My gosh.
And Brandon Cooks, if he comes to that side, the wide side of the field, like Brandon Cooks is going to walk in the end zone and nobody's going to
game over.
It's attention to detail. Like you got to score.
But now what Baldinger didn't do, and I see what he's saying. Why are we looking at these 2 rookies on this side when you have your starters on this side? Why are we even looking to that side? But the problem was on this
steel side.
Here's the deal about this here, guys. But what we didn't see is that Dak had the running back lined up on the wrong side and the blitz came. Now, not saying this is Dak's fault, but again, our running back didn't realize where the blitz was coming from. So he got pressure. They're not showing it, but he did get pressure. And they're saying he was forced to throw it over there. But, man, I don't know, man. I mean, it's just if you got to see the blitz coming. And for whatever reason, they didn't see it. And if you look at this, it seems like Dak actually looks over this way the whole time. And it didn't even pay attention over here. But here's the guy that's blitzing. Watch this.
28-17 game. Cowboys.
Nobody sees it. This guy should have been on this side. There's nothing happening. But Dak didn't see. He got his eyes here because he's focused over here. Watch this, guy, real quick.
Little switch route right here. It's supposed to be a pick.
See the blitz coming?
And Ferguson doesn't make Reed Blankenship bubble.
Nice,
and
boss.
Dak goes to Schoonover, and as we know, Balding crossed the goal line.
But
on the other side,
rookies.
this is how
Here go your veterans.
Like watch CD run this.
And then naturally with CD, he's going to draw that double team.
Yes.
That's how it's supposed to
work. Look at this.
Cooks, if he comes to that side, the wide side of the field.
My God.
Like Brandon Cooks is going to walk in the end zone and nobody's going to be around.
Game over, fellas. Game over. So
with that blitz, like you're saying it, but at the same time, you understand it.
Yeah.
And that goes a lot to the Eagles coaching and the Eagles play call.
So, big fella, do you think did we? To me, it just seemed like Dakich was to this left side, and he didn't see that blitz coming. I mean, it was disguised, but me personally, and I know it's easier saying, "What Lord Nova in the house? What's up? Give it up." But if it's me, I gotta look towards the guys that I can count on. I gotta look to my starters, my veterans. What do you think about that, big fella?
Well, on this one, because I saw both things. I saw Baldinger's breakdown and I saw Law Nation's breakdown on it. Okay. And Law Nation's breakdown of it shows that the blitz was coming from that weak side.
Yeah.
And literally, as soon as Dak got the ball, he literally had less than a second to get rid of it. So he had no opportunity to survey the field. Now, if Tony Pollard would have recognized it or Dak recognized it and they switch and he pick up the blitz, of course it's a touchdown easy because then he can survey the field and he see Cook walking in the end zone by himself. But when you have no time, in the NFL, it's boom, boom, boom. We can break down anything in slow motion, just kind of like they broke down Schoonmaker, a knee barely touching, or you break down that toe barely out, or when we get a fumble and he recovers it on the ground, it makes him down. We can scrutinize a lot of things. It's just, at that point, we wish we had the protection correctly for the touchdown.
Yeah.
Because I don't blame Dak for the read he made, because the time he had no time. He had to chunk to some bitch. Okay. And when he threw it, we all thought touchdown. Everybody in here said touchdown. Okay. Touchdown. It didn't matter. But this super slow motion, and you see your knee barely touching all this other shit, it's this way the cookie crumble, man.
Yeah.
You really can't cry over spilled milk. I mean, that's the rules because it goes both ways. You know what I mean? So I just think he just didn't have the time. He didn't.
Not to mention, Blankenship tackled him before the ball got there.
And that's true too.
Mike. Let it go, Mike.
Yeah. and you're right. You're right. No,
I actually read another breakdown of that play. I read another where they talk about he hadn't made a full movement, I guess. So it actually should have been a touchdown, because I guess once the ball he actually controlled the ball, he was already in the end zone. I saw it and I was like, man.
And another thing, did he have to dive? Did he have to go to his knees?
I don't know.
Like, why did he stay upright?
Yeah,
you're
talking about a rookie. We're talking about a rookie. See, that's the thing.
I don't blame Rookie. Let me tell you why, Rick.
He made a hell of a catch,
Gary. Because as in Mikey theory, he was pass interference. Okay, the guy was all over him. So once somebody's all over you, I mean, you can't properly catch. You just trying to catch the damn ball. Okay, so I don't blame Schoonmaker. And please, people, call him by his real damn name. Everybody call him everything but Schoonmaker.
Dude, we done it like Shoemaker professionals.
They call him everything but his name. But anyway, I'm
it's
a little biased. I'm a Michigan guy, so I'm sorry. But no, man, I think because of the kid draped all over him, he didn't have the opportunity to make a proper catch. He was just trying to make sure he caught the son bitch, and he did catch it. So it was just, this knee touchdown. And then when you go super slow motion, he's down right before the ball crossed. And then this is my problem on that. So if he's down right there, right before you cross over the goal line, why you spot the ball on the one? Don't it supposed to be on the inch line?
Yeah, it should have.
But the next play, when the Eagles got the ball, where the ball at? On the one, a little bit over the one.
Yeah.
So you basically telling me he wasn't close at all. So it's a tit for tat thing, man.
Yeah.
The game of inches is something else, man.
Well, with this last topic, and I'm sure you guys, you geniuses, you Cowboy fans, can give us a little insight on how we deal with this. With this being said, not right now, moderator. We're gonna do something different. And big ups to our moderator, Miss Felicia.
Shout out, Felicia.
She makes sure we're on point and on time and things like that. But so listen, so the Terrence Steele issue. Is it the ACL? Is he not 100%? Or is he
not hungry
just
no more?
enjoying the fruits of the rewards? What do you think, Mundo?
Man, I'm gonna chalk it up just to a bad game. The dude had a bad game. We hadn't heard Terrence Steele's name all season, and yesterday, it's just, man, he had a bad game. He was getting beat. We saw that go down. It was terrible. It was terrible to watch that side, man.
Mikey, what do you think about this turn? How do we fix this? What's
bad
going on?
Is being nice. Bad is Mondo's being nice. It was booty juice, and Steele has been playing booty juice. And I credit Hassan Reddick. That he was a point of interest before this game, and then Brandon Graham, he picked his spots. He was in there with the sack. He was in there flushing Dak out, but he was right there over him. So you got to give credit where credit is due with the guys. But he was just missing bad. He looked like the Tin Man without oil in his knees. The 350-pound Tin Man without oils in his knees. He couldn't move his hips. He couldn't drop his feet. His footwork looked like shit. It was horrible, and that sucks considering how much Tyron played a complete game. We needed this line to play a complete game, and he was the odd man. Now, saying that though, knowing that he was struggling, they didn't give him any help. Not a chip, not an extra guy over there, and that's coaching as well. We got to say, well, he's having a problem. Maybe he's having a physical problem. Then get Schoonmaker out there giving him a little love tap. Getting Tolly Pollard out there giving a little love tap. Buying Dak a little bit of time. But that's just the arrogance in our play calling as well. But he played ass booty juice.
I don't know if you can top that, big fella.
Well,
he's an offensive lineman.
In the words of the great Ice Cube, give me that beat, fool. It's a smooth time Jack move. Look, Terrence Steele pissed me off royally. And let me tell you why, okay? The 3 elite defensive ends he's played against, he's gotten his ass whooped this season. Both Bosa brothers and Reddick. You can go back and watch it. You can go back and watch it.
And he's had a shit ton of holding calls.
Hold on, Mikey. Hold on. Since Terrence, I'm a believer of getting his money. I don't count nobody else's bags. Hey man, get your money. Do what you got to do. Your life is short. The NFL is short, but it seemed like, man, he lost that grittiness. Last year, man, when Terrence Steele went out, man, you noticed the difference on our offensive line immediately because he was handling business last year. He was handling business. Nobody was getting to Dak on that side, okay? This year, all of a sudden, we've lost technique all of a sudden. All of a sudden, we don't have technique anymore. All of a sudden, we don't have anticipation on these speed rushers anymore. We're getting beat inside. We're getting beat outside. It is just freaking ridiculous. If Terrence Steele blocked anybody last night, the Cowboys win easy. I don't give a damn what nobody say. If you want to put it on Dak Prescott, put it on Dak Prescott. If you want to put it on Mike McCarthy, you put it on Mike McCarthy. But the big fella's putting it on one thing and one thing only. I'm putting it on my offensive line, man, because I said before the damn game, if we keep Dak Prescott upright, we win the game.
Yes, sir.
It did not happen. So that's why I gave credit to the Eagles. They made the big play when they had to. They put their best pass rusher on apparently our weakest offensive line at this point. And he whooped his ass.
And that's what we're going to start seeing from now on. And I could kind of say that maybe, like Lord Nova said, he said, I really don't think Terrence Steele is 100%. Because we've never seen him get beat like this. But what now all teams are doing, they're scheming to put their best player on Terrence Steele.
Yes, sir.
And I got a question. Why we didn't keep use Parson at the middle linebacker more? Did y'all see that, or was y'all okay with what they were doing with Michael Parsons. I thought he was more effective at the middle linebacker.
He moved around a lot yesterday. I was happy about that.
Yeah, he had him everywhere.
He did. But I know what you're saying. It seemed like lately he's more effective coming from the inside than from the outside, because I think you could scheme better for him if you know he's going to be a defensive end rushing than coming from the linebacker position, because he got that one, man. He was that close from Jalen, man. I mean, it was like I say, the game of inches.
Yeah,
he was that close from making a big play on Jalen.
Sam Williams too, man.
Yeah, and then and that's I'm glad you brought that up, Mikey. When is Dan Quinn gonna get off his ass and put both of those boys on the field at the same damn time? Where's Sam Williams? Man, to me, the last 3 games, Sam Williams has proved, look, man, I need to be on the damn field.
Yeah. He said, set me free.
Sir. Yes,
let me go. Dude, if you got both of those fucking speed rushers that's dogs on the same side rushing the same, who you gonna choose, bro? And then if you let one go, good riddance. Thank you.
Good luck with that. That's so true.
Good luck.
So let me ask you guys this before we finish out. Mikey, what is it that we need to do starting today? What is it we need to do to better this team? How would you go about starting this week to prepare for the Giants? What are you doing?
I think Mondo hit it on the head earlier about the creativity in our run game. We've been begging for Lukey to get at least 5 touches. Divvy up the touches even more. Divvy up the touches between Rico, Lukey, and then give those electrifying sweep whams to Tony Pollard. But if we need to just like tenderize the meat, we need to get our power runners in there or our size in there. We just need to spread the ball around, divvy up the carries, and try our very best to get creative, man.
Okay.
So do some ayahuasca or something.
So to you, 21 Armando, what about Michael Gallup? What's going on? What are we gonna do?
Hey, he made up.
We saw a big drop. It was a big drop, and I think we were all mad at that. But like Mikey said, he made up for it. He made up for it through the game. I don't know what it is. I mean, like I go back to what we talked about, I guess, at the beginning of the season. Is this too much firepower? I mean, we got Cooks, we got Gallup, CD, Turpin. It's like,
what else do they need? What else do they need?
And then we just went and didn't we go out and get somebody for the practice squad today? So it's like, I don't understand where they're going with this. We talked about run. You went and get a wide receiver.
Look at Mikey.
I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen with Gallup, but his name's up there. I guess people want to see him, traded but we got a lot of firepower on this offense, and I just think that the creativity of using them is not there yet.
Yeah, and sometimes when you're doing so much without the ball, sometimes you just don't expect the ball. You done went 3 series without the ball coming to you, and then all of a sudden you run around and this ball is in my face. So, I agree. I think we need to be able to spread this ball around a little bit more and use the weapons. We got too many weapons. We're not going to do that. Anyway, so, big fella.
Yo.
The Eagles held the ball for 9 minutes.
Third quarter.
So we can't put all this blame on this offense. They held the ball for 9 minutes. What happened?
They held the ball for 9 minutes.
How? Okay, so let me
in the third quarter. You mean just in the third quarter?
How were they able to push? Keep this ball for so long? What happened to our defense? What were we lacking? What Dan Quinn, did he fall asleep? Did he? What did he? I ain't gonna say that word. Did he get scared?
Well, it's one of those things when you play the Eagles. You got to keep the Eagles behind the chains. When the Eagles are best when they're 3 yards in, because they feel they're more dominant in that 3. They're 3 yard and in specialists. Okay, the Cowboys basically, I think they really got complacent, just passive in the third quarter. It seemed like it was no aggressiveness on defense. When they decide to blitz, they're blitzing at the wrong time. Okay, to me, when you got to stop Philadelphia on first and second down, put them in long yards, because when Philadelphia's in short yards, their receiver is too big. AJ is too big, and know that the damn tush push. I mean, and it's very simple. I mean, you know why a lot of people can't do it? Because they don't do it right. I mean, because they just think, hey, we're just going to get a big blob of people and just going to push everybody else. But you got to remember, everybody in the NFL is just as strong as you are. Their technique on way they do it, they get up under you. You can see Michael Parsons like he was on the wave, like he was surfing, and I was just like, because they up underneath you and they got up underneath you and pushed you out the way. That's how you do it. And it's just one of those things that they do well. And what the Cowboys need to do, they need to find out something they do well and keep doing it. Because that's all the Eagles have done.
They need to leave the tush put alone.
Yeah, I mean, but back to what you were saying. I mean, it's just the third quarter, man. I was so frustrated. Because we couldn't get them off the field, and when we had third downs and they were completing the third downs, I was just like, man, this game has changed really quickly. Where our defense played well in the first half, but when they came out in the third quarter, they just like, well, we ain't warmed up yet. But next thing you know, when you warmed up, they scored 2 touchdowns on our ass, and now we're in comeback mode. And I always said the Cowboys had to play in front in Philadelphia. They can't play from behind.
You're so right. And I just don't think really we tested the secondary like we should have. I do not respect this sorry ass secondary of Philadelphia Eagles. And we had every weapon to test, and I just don't understand how we were not able to spread well. And we didn't have
the big play against them. Dak had almost 400 yards. CD had almost 200 yards. So we had yards. We didn't have the big play like the Commanders had on them. That's what we didn't have.
That's what we didn't have. And a lot of that goes to because we couldn't keep our quarterback upright.
Exactly. 5 sacks. 5 sacks, man.
I need Mike McCarthy to know that Dak plays well outside the pocket. But I also need that. I need Mike McCarthy to come up with a scheme that involves Brandon Cooks, that involves Kevontae Turpin, that involves Michael Gallup. There's no reason for us to be playing like this. There's no reason. We should be the hottest thing out there. We really should. I think we should. But again, I just want to see us do better with what we got on offense, defense. I'm not too upset with the defense, but that third quarter, like you say, that was an issue with me for holding the ball for 9 minutes. But again, the fourth quarter, they kind of
only got 13 yards.
Yeah,
and we had 160 and 14 and 14 first downs. The difference between their quarter and our quarter is that they scored and we didn't.
Hey, G, if we discussed before the game that we hold AJ Brown under 70 yards, we hold Devontae Smith under 50 yards, and Jalen is under 300. Don't you think we win this game easily? Yep. They didn't have over what 50 yards rushing, if that.
Dude,
and we lose the game, bro.
That's what's frustrating.
That's why I don't feel bad, dog. And AT&T is going to be different.
Damn.
Before we go, I got a little bit of story, that correlates to this. So, obviously I'm moving on up. I'm on a different job site. I'm working now I'm working at the new Intel plant. Intel, they make the Pentium processors. So I'm working there, and the site is called the Eagle Project.
No way.
And yes, check this shit out. I couldn't even say it. So I'm wearing my Cowboys hat, right? And it's the Eagle Project. Well, the reason it's called the Eagle Project because like 50 yards away from the site, it's protected. No bullshit. There is a bald eagle nest that's there. There's bald eagles there. So, and it's federally protected. And this is a huge ass site. and it's the Eagle side. There's some Eagle shit they want us to put on our hard hats. I refuse. But not the Eagle, but not the Eagles, but just the Eagles, team. Period. And they talk about, you know, if you see the Eagles acting erratic, calls them, they're really federally protected, and I'm like, motherfuck those Eagles, like fuck them Eagles right now. And I was and then the guy in the orientation saw me, then he saw my hand. I was like, oh, he started laughing.
He understood, right? He knew.
He understood. I caught a lot of shit, but I caught a lot of shit. It was different, you know. When the Cowboys lose, you catch a lot of shit, but you know what I mean. This was like a mutually respected game. And it was entertaining, like Jimmy said. Yeah, it was entertaining. And Jimmy with this when he talks, and it was entertaining for the audience. For the team. But that's what I heard more. But yes, I heard Eagle this, Eagle that, and then there's fucking bald eagles at my new job site that I have to look out for, and I'm like, motherfuck them Eagles, man.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's all you need right after the loss to the Eagles. That's terrible, man.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hey, man, before I got to do this before I go, man, and I didn't do it before we started in the introduction, but I got to give a big shout out to all those that are subscribers to this channel and all those that follow this channel. We give a big shout out to you for being here and staying with us while we do what we do.
Yes. We're back also, on Mondays. Remember that.
Yeah, also, I got to give a big thanks to all our social media groups and all our groups that's out there. We picked up some new folks, and they are supporting us. We have become international. You heard?
Yes,
international. So we got to give a big thanks to the Dallas Cowboys on deck, Cowboys Fan 365, We Them Boys, the 520 Boys, Queen of Honor by Cowboys Fan Club Mexico, Cowboys Fan Zone 24/7, Guadalajara, the Hard Hitters Lifestyle. These are our social media groups that share our content in their group. So big shout out to them.
And don't forget DJ Kai and One Star One Fan Bam.
There you go.
Borrachos. We got a lot of them, man. It's too much, but they're always giving love. They're always showing love. They show Gary love, and it's crazy how much. If you want this for a little bit, like, subscribe each and every one of these jokers here, because there's nothing but love.
For sure, man. But hey, guys, I appreciate this. Our first Monday night mic'd up. So this is what we're going to start doing. I know we kind of caught everybody off guard tonight. Wait a minute. But this is what we want to do.
Day 22 ain't in the house. Ivan Sosa made an appearance. No Andres Romero. They're going to be like, what?
Yeah.
We're going to mess up their week.
Game is on too. So, but we're not going to hold everybody. We appreciate everybody coming through. So we're going to start doing the posts on Monday nights, and then we'll do the pregame for the upcoming game on Wednesday. So we still got the What's Up Wednesday going on. So again, we want to say thank y'all, man, for everybody for coming through tonight and hanging out with us.
One more thing, guys. One more thing.
Yes, sir.
Is it out of you? Can we go on to this?
It's over with now.
Is it out, big fella? Is it out of you? Is it out of you?
I'm mad as shit.
It's out. It's out.
Well, this is the Sam Williams week to get fucking Sneaky G to wear a fucking Dallas Cowboy hat, and I'm feeling it. So if anything we gotta look for is Sneaky G in Detroit.
All right, yeah, like Mikey said, you guys take time to make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you will be notified when the next video is posted. Again, we like to say thank y'all for hanging out with us. Without you, this channel wouldn't be where it is today. Yes, so sir. Thank you. And like I always say, don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. So let's make it happen. Dallas Cowboys.
Fucking Eagles.
Puro pinches Cowboys.
Puro pinches Cowboys.
Yeah.